YouTube, this is Vargas, recording live from the Vargas Vault, with a very small pickup video. At least, I hope it's small. That's what I said about the wrestling one. That one was like 20 minutes. But just wanted to share with you some movies and soundtracks that I've gotten recently. Not that many. Like I mentioned in my comic book video, I need to cut down on some stuff. And some of that stuff, unfortunately, is comic books and as many movies. The difference between movies is that, movies and comic books is that I almost have every single movie that I would want to have. I'm still missing a bunch of key movies, but for the most part, I have been graced with most of the movies that I've wanted. I just need to add little things here and there, a couple of more Santo movies, a couple of more wrestling DVDs, a couple of more Disney movies, some Jackie Chan, some Stallone movies here and there. So it's not as much as it was when I decided to start collecting for DVDs. So yeah, there comes a point where I'm flipping around through Movie Freak Bazaar's webpage, and he's posting every Wednesday the new movies, and I'm like, got it. So I end up not buying anything. And I don't go to the flea markets. At least it's been a month since I've gone to the flea market. So yeah, I haven't picked up anything there. So yeah, just been trying to cut back on the buying of stuff. So yeah, but I still wanted to make a video. Now, first thing is that I'm going to share with you guys this Christmas hat. Got it at SeaWorld when I went with the family. They had some Christmas things, and I saw this, and I thought it was really cool. It's a Christmas hat. Not your traditional Christmas hat, but it's a Christmas hat with a black color and an orca fin. I was like, that's perfect. It's perfect, because it has the colors of the orcas, and it's a Christmas hat, so it's something different for this Christmas. And I'm going to wear this, and it's going to be awesome, because it's a freaking Shamu. It's a Shamu Christmas hat. How can you not love a Shamu Christmas hat? Killer whales will mess you up. That's why people don't get into the tank no more. Whales lose their shit and start eating people. So yeah, you want to give me grief about my kick-ass Shamu Christmas hat, just remember, killer whales are named killer whales for a reason. So yeah, let's get started with some CDs. I haven't bought as many CDs as I would like, but I found this one. This is Rage Against the Machine, The Battle for Los Angeles. One of those bands that I miss. I wish they didn't break up. Want to get more of their CDs, of course, but this is really cool. Rage Against the Machine, great band. Wish that they were still around. And this one makes me happy, guys. I was able to find the original motion picture score soundtrack CD for, wait for it, this is Batman. Now, there's two CDs for the first Batman movie. One is the score that just has, music used in the background of the scenes, like the Batman theme, like, and the other one is the original motion picture soundtrack, which has a bunch of Prince music. Now, I haven't come across that one, but if I do see it, I'll buy it. But for now, having the score for Batman is really cool, because Danny Elfman did really, really cool with this. I freaking love, and thanks to this movie, every time I think of Batman, I think of the theme inspired by and brought on by this movie. So really, really cool. Really, really super happy to find a Batman soundtrack. Now, picked up this, Fright Night Part 2 New Blood, the unrated version. Now this one, because I have the original Fright Night, and I know there's Fright Night 2, which kind of follows up the events of the first one. Now, they remade Fright Night, the first one, the one in the 80s, and I did see on the store shelves direct-to-DVD Fright Night 2, so I thought this was a remake of the sequel. But this is a remake of the remake and the original one. where they gender swap vampire Jerry. In the remake and the original one, Jerry's a vampire that moves next door to this kid who's a horror fan, and the kid sees that Jerry's a vampire, and he's like, "Oh shit, my neighbor's a vampire," but no one believes him because they all think that he's just gotten too deep into horror movies, which is a cliche that happens a lot. And in this one, they turn Jerry into a woman, and it still follows the main three guys. Evil Ed, Charlie, and the girlfriend, but they have to now stop female Jerry. It's basically the same plot. They just switched the location and they gender swapped Jerry. So yeah, that this is a thing. So yeah, imagine I'm male Jerry and this is vampire female. So like, what's going on? What's going on? Weird. Going to go see Last Jedi, and I saw this and I wanted to pick it up. It's a documentary called Star Wait. It's a documentary following the people that camped out outside of a movie theater waiting for the release of Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I'm pretty sure I've seen the documentary of the people and all the hype for Episode 1 because I was there. I was there during all the hype of Star Wars coming back, a new Star Wars story coming to theaters because they re-released the special editions, and I was there too. But then, the super hype of a new Star Wars story with Episode 1. So I'm pretty sure there's a documentary on that. But this is a documentary following people, waiting in line just to get a chance to be the first to see Episode 2. So it follows them, how they spent, it was like a month maybe, there waiting in line for the ticket sales to go up. Now this is before the internet. This was before people could buy their tickets online and just show up and, be there. So this is a different time. This is a time capsule, if you will, for people that would wait in line to go see a movie, especially something like Star Wars. And I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars, so this is very, very interesting to me. So super happy to get that. Got some movies from Movie Freak Bazaar. Picked up the 2-disc special edition of Eragon. Has a dragon there. Now I've come across Eragon a bunch of times. Movie Freak Bazaar usually always has a copy of Eragon, but I knew there was a 2-disc set, and I was waiting for that one, and finally did because I freaking love special features. Special features are a nice complementary to DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff, because you can watch your movie, enjoy your movie, watch it again, enjoy it, watch it again, enjoy it, and if you want to try something new, you put the movie with an audio commentary. It's usually the actors or the director or the producer or what have you. But as they're watching the movie and they're talking like kind of like Mystery Science Theater or Riff Tracks, they're talking and they give interesting side notes on the movie. I remember seeing one for the first Resident Evil movie, and Mila Jovovich is like, "Oh, you remember that scene? Oh yeah, that guy. I really, really did punch that guy and knocked him out and stuff like that." And Uwe, if you want to hear something really interesting, watch the audio commentary for any one of the Owe Bull movies. That's very, very weird. So you have that, and then you have the featurettes where they showcase how they did the special effects or how they did the filming, and also give side notes. That kind of stuff is really, really interesting to me. I like seeing the final product, but I also like seeing all the stuff that went into the process of making a movie. Now, Eragon is not the best movie. It's really a ripoff of Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. But didn't have it. Rarely see the 2-disc special edition, so pick that one up. Picked up Asumi, the 2-disc collector's edition of this. I love me some martial arts. I love me some kung fu samurais, blade cutting. And this is based on a manga. So this is a live-action adaptation of a manga with a titular Izumi there carrying a samurai sword. So hells yeah, I was going to buy this. I haven't seen it, but it looks like my cup of tea. Picked up a Dragon Ball movie. Picked up Dragon Ball Super Android 13. Now, the plus side of this particular version is that it is the uncut version. Now, here in Mexico, we get the uncut versions right off the bat. But in the United States, there are certain things that Dragon Ball has, both the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT, that you can't get away in the American market. There's a lot of things that you can't show in a U.S. market that for some reason you can show in Mexico. So yeah, this is the uncut version of that. Looking forward to seeing the American version because I've seen the Mexican version. And I actually do want to get the Mexican versions of the Dragon Ball movies because I like the voice cast in that. So yeah, that's maybe a side project for later. Picked up Last House on the Left remake. I've never seen this. I've seen the original one. I own the original one, but I've never seen the remake. And a lot of people have told me that they like the remake more than the original, which is blasphemy. Professor Macabro would kick their ass if they ever said that to his face. But I, much like him, I like owning the original and the remake to compare. 80% of the time, the original one is always the best version, but that other 20%, the remakes, give it a different spin. Or if it's like a really low budget movie, the original one, the remakes clean it up, improve certain character things. Because the thing about the original Last House on the Left is it had some very questionable segments with these two goofy cops. So if the remake gets rid of that, I suppose you could consider it an improvement, but yeah, we'll have to see it. I'm going to leave that for Macabro. Macabro's going to be the one that does a review on that. And let me just fix the little thing here. Oh, this snapper case does not want to get in there. I'll fix it later. And the last movie I picked up is Westworld. Now, I know a lot of people are gushing over the TV series, which I haven't seen, unfortunately. But that series is based on a movie, like most things nowadays. Most TV shows and movies are based on older movies. It's just the society we live in, I guess. People can't come up with original content, so they adapt older stuff. But this is Westworld. It's in the future where you can go to this town full of like robots and relive the old West. But the robots go rogue, and then things get real. Always wanted to see this one, and finally got a copy thanks to Movie Free Bazaar. But this is the old snapper case DVDs. These has cardboard here, which they're cool because they save space. They're a lot thinner than your standard DVD case, but at the same time they're way more flimsy. These things can get damaged really, really bad. They can get water damaged. They can get this thing does not want to go in there. They can get water damage. They can get bent a lot easier. So these snapper case DVDs require some extra love and care and attention. But most of these movies, these snapper case movies, haven't been re-released. Some of them have. Some others have not. Some of them haven't gotten proper Blu-ray releases. So it's you have to get your movies any way you can, and especially these older. Yeah, this thing does not want to close. This section here doesn't want to close. So when you come across an old movie, you gotta buy those snapper cases, even though they're really, really weak. They're really, really flimsy. They get wet, the whole thing's ruined. You know, except for the DVD, of course. But these things get wet or they get humid, they're gonna start rotting. Forget about your DVD cases, gone. So I'm glad they got rid of that and went to the to this. But again, only way you can get this. So yeah, super happy to buy Westworld. So that was the very small CD and movie video. Not that many movies that I've gotten because, like I said, I've completely phased out going to the flea markets and Movie Freak Bazaar. At least for Christmas and New Year's, I don't think he's going to get any new material. You know, because they're probably going to enjoy their holidays. So yeah, I don't see myself buying any movies anytime soon, unless I get Christmas presents. If I get Christmas presents, I'll do a video on that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. This pickup video went a little bit longer than I originally intended for something for such a small haul. But thank you guys for hearing me rant about my passion, which is movies. Until I see you all again, this was Vargas signing out from the Vargas Vault. Thanking you and goodbye.